Good morning, history nerds. I am at Williamsburg, Virginia, Colonial Williamsburg, and I'm pretty excited about today. I am a huge history nerd myself, especially when it comes to the Revolutionary War, the Founding Fathers, and so forth. So I'll take some vids today, maybe make a little newsletter for y'all, and here we go. My first stop after the visitor center was the museum. I took a brief 20-minute tour, kind of gave me the layout of the museum, and then for the next couple of hours, I walked around and I saw some pretty interesting stuff, such as original Victorian style furniture from the colonial era. The museum also had a vast collection of freestanding clocks from the late 1600s, early 1700s. And what these clocks could do was absolutely amazing. If you look at the diagram here, what they actually tracked was awesome. This set was so incredibly striking. However, this particular piece, I just felt like it was too plain Jane, just not enough detail. Victorian era meets Mad Men season 3. The museum was also filled with amazing art. Take this piece, for example, a woman wearing a simple cocktail dress. Here's an interesting exhibit showing dining ware used at the time. Starting from the left, we have copper, then brass, then silver, and then silver plate. There was also an auxiliary exhibit that had toys that were old-timey. As you can see, there was a pig and a cat. This cat, for example, is carved completely out of wood. It's from the early 1900s, about 1910. Although these carousel toys were not from the colonial era, they're pretty amazing, the level of detail that these craftsmen had and how things really haven't changed that much other than the material we use. Sometimes you run across a piece of knowledge and you understand that that knowledge that you just found out carries a lot of weight. What I'm talking about are coffee houses of this era and how these coffee houses carry weight in terms of perspective to the past is that these coffee houses are where men would gather from all walks of life, different socioeconomic status, everything, and they would exchange ideas and they would exchange information and pontificate on these things. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there wasn't a pretentious hipster barista serving coffee, enlightening everyone on their extensive South American coffee knowledge. Coffee houses were places where men from all but the very lowest of society met, mingled, conducted business, and exchanged information and opinions. One interesting fact that I was unaware of is that Britain actually hired forces from the Germanic states to fight in America. But this actually backfired because with any mercenary force, toward the end of the Revolutionary War, the Continental Congress offered these German soldiers citizenship, farmland, 2 pigs, and a cow in exchange for deserting. Thousands decided to become Americans. The museum also had an extensive musket collection to look at. Here is a side drum captured from one of the German forces. Look at this mini tiny violin. The museum also has an art collection from an artist by the name of Edward Hicks, and they're pretty interesting. Like, look at this lion. It's like a quasi-human monkey face on a lion. I'm not sure what he's going for, but it's intriguing nonetheless. Here we get to the part of the journey where we're going through the streets of Colonial Williamsburg. We're looking at the architecture. We're looking at these original houses. Even here, we have people that are still making things in the old traditional ways. The streets, for the most part, are made of cobblestone. You have horse and carriages going by.
Well, they settled there in the spring of 1607. By the fall of 1607, they are using